Do you know what we're here to talk about today?
Yes.
Okay. You remember the night when something bad happened to your mother and your sister?
Yes.
And was that about 3 years ago?
Yes.
So you would have been old at the time?
Yes.
Did something wake you up, or were you already awake and doing something?
Well, they were just like screaming at each other.
Okay. So you heard your mother and father screaming at each other?
Yes.
Okay. And what did you do? Did you get up and look to see what was happening?
Yes, and my mom told me to get back in my room.
Ronnie O'Neill III faces 2 counts of first-degree murder and 1 count of attempted murder over crimes that happened in March 2018. He's being accused of killing his girlfriend and his daughter. O'Neill is facing the death penalty, but is representing himself in court as his public defenders sit nearby. He claims he acted in self-defense and that his son's testimony is not credible.
And the evidence is going to show that law enforcement tampered with evidence to meet their such high burden of proof. The evidence is going to show my son said many things that are not true.
Kenyatta Barron was 33 years old. She attended school in Hillsborough County and continued education at Hillsborough Community College. On her Facebook page, her bio reads, "I encourage others to be the best in them. Read, get knowledge, educate yourself. God over everything." She enjoyed going to school, writing poetry, and cooking. She loved living her life for God and being a dedicated mother to her 2 children.
She loved her children. She did everything she could. She took good care of those kids. She was the best mom. She was lovable. Just a sweethearted person.
According to her sister, she was such a gorgeous individual.
School is out and I got an A and I'm super duper excited. And yeah, just wanted to share that.
Kenyatta was said to be in a relationship with the father of her children, Ronnie O'Neill III. The couple were not married, but according to reports, they lived together. According to O'Neill's Facebook, he was a member of the Nation of Islam. He shared his views on the world, his thoughts on women and relationships, his rap music,
sleeping in the bed with the wrong race, wrong court, wrong judge, wrong
and even mentioning dying and being brought back to life in 2017 from being shot, with Kenyatta right there by his side. A lot of their relationship was not brought to the public. However, people in the neighborhood stated that O'Neill displayed suspicious behaviors. A neighbor who knew O'Neill told Tampa Bay Times that he always told me he had demons. Another neighbor talked about an incident where he witnessed the 2 arguing.
It was like raining outside and he was yelling at his wife on the shed they had out on the back. He was like up on top of the shelf yelling at his wife, and he was like going crazy.
The sheriff's office noted in 2018 that there was a history of calls at their home, but the agency decided not to release any of that information. Sadly, on March 18, 2018, an unexplainable incident happened at their home. O'Neill allegedly killed Kenyatta, their 11-year-old daughter, and severely injured their 9-year-old son.
An 8-year-old Riverview boy telling deputies that he saw his father shoot his mother, and that woman and a little girl are now dead.
On March 18, 2018, Kenyatta Barron desperately called the authorities late that Sunday night, trying her best to stay alive for herself and her children. The 911 dispatcher reportedly overheard a man in the background yelling, "Allah Akbar, she killed me." According to WFLA, the woman could be heard screaming, "I'm so sorry, Ronnie. the station reported. Kenyatta told them to come quick. She had been shot. Just minutes later, a second 911 call came in from a man saying, "I've just been attacked by some white demons. She tried to kill me and I just killed her." Authorities traced the call back to the phone of 29-year-old Ronnie O'Neill, who lived at the address. When deputies responded to the shots fired call, they found Kenyatta dead in the front yard of a neighbor's home. As crews began to render aid to her, they noticed what appeared to be a fire starting inside the home. That's when the suspect, Ronnie O'Neill III, walked out, according to authorities. As police walked inside and around the property, the couple's daughter was also found fatally stabbed. Soon after, their son, 8-year-old Ronnie O'Neill IV, walked out as well. The child had burn marks and multiple stab wounds, police said. At that moment, he told medical personnel the most chilling statement: "My father shot my mother." Police tried to arrest O'Neill, but he would not surrender.
Sit down!
O'Neill was arrested and booked in Hillsborough County Jail. During his first court appearance, he barely reacted as the judge read his charges: 2 counts of first degree, attempted murder, and arson.
Murder case in Hillsborough County is now going to trial. When investigators arrived at this home in Riverview in March of 2018, they found a mother and daughter dead, an 8-year-old boy clinging to life. They say the children's father, Ronnie O'Neill, did it.
During the last 3 years, a lot went on with this case. He has spoken out in court many times, according to reports. At one point, he was proved to be incompetent to stand trial. Although O'Neill is facing the death penalty, he wants to represent himself in court as his public defender sits nearby. He claimed he acted in self-defense and dropped his attorneys when they said that Florida's stand your ground defense did not apply to his case. When asked if he understood he could be executed if convicted, O'Neill told the judge he understood and was ready to die like rapper Notorious B.I.G.
Ready to die like B.I.G., just like I'm gonna be.
Just a few weeks later, as he acted as his own attorney, the court allowed him to make an open statement about the evidence he believes will be presented during the trial.
We are under some of the most vicious, lying, fabricating, fictitious government you ever seen. Why? What occurred on March 18, 2018 occurred. And the evidence is going to show that law enforcement tampered with evidence to meet their such high burden of proof. The evidence is going to show my son said many things that are not true.
One of the most chilling statements came from Ronnie Jr., now 11, who recounted to the jurors the story from his memory.
Please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Very good, thank you. You can put your hand down and we are ready to proceed. Mr. Gale?
Thank you, Your Honor. Can you tell us what is the first thing you remember about that night? The first sign to you that something bad was going to happen?
Basically, I was sitting in my room and I saw my mom and my dad arguing in their room.
Were you awake or asleep?
Awake when I saw.
Okay, you were. Did something wake you up, or were you already awake and doing something?
Well, they were just like screaming at each other.
Okay, so you heard your mother and father screaming at each other?
Yes.
Okay, and what did you do? Did you get up and look to see what was happening?
Yes, and my mom told me to get back in my room. I just saw my dad holding a shotgun and my mom screaming at him, and they were just like fighting.
Did your father ever ask you to go get anything for him?
Yes, he asked to get a knife from the garage.
Was there a time when your mother was able to get out of the closet?
Yes, I was standing right by our house phone, and I just saw her she was stumbling outside, and then I just saw my dad chase her.
How did your sister get into your parents' room?
He dragged her into my parents' room.
He was also allowed to cross-examine his son.
How you doing?
Good.
It's good to see you, man.
Good to see you too.
Did you see me beat your mom?
No.
Did you see me shoot your mom?
No.
But you did hear a shot that night. Is that correct?
Yes.
And when you heard that shot, where were you at that time?
Standing by the house phone.
Do you know where your mom was shot at? And what part of the body she was shot in? Do you know anything about that? Can you hear me fine?
You said where she was shot?
Yes, sir. Do you know where your mom was shot at?
No.
Did I hurt you that night of this incident?
Yes.
I did. And how did I hurt you?
You stabbed me.
And what do you remember happening after the shooting with your mom outside?
You coming back inside and you getting my sister and then putting her in my parents' room, and then you hit her with an axe.
First responders also gave testimony about finding young victims at the scene.
And I don't remember if it was a deputy or a bystander came by and said that there's another child inside the house. And I realized that the floor was covered in blood. Everything in the room was on fire. So clothes, wall, ceiling. Once again, visibility was limited. I thought I had found a patient.
What did you do then?
Hugged my other firefighter and cried, to be honest with you.
A young child, appeared to be 9 years old, who looked about to be the same size as my son, came walking, struggling to the front.
I believe he said, my dad killed my mom, or my dad shot my mom.
After O'Neill contended that investigators fabricated evidence to implicate him and that his son was coached on what to say, the trial is still ongoing and is expected to last through the end of next week. And although his young son was put through that terror, O'Neill will not testify in the murder trial. Their family and friends are still devastated about the loss.
I really feel really bad for little Ronnie, because when he actually come out of whatever he's in right now, he's going to be traumatized.
Right now, it's just a blow to the whole family. It really is. We don't understand it.
I will continue to pray for the friends and family of the victims and hope justice is served. You guys, let me know your thoughts and your opinions down below. I would love to know your views on suspects representing themselves in cases such as this one. Let's be respectful of each other in the comments. Thank you guys so much for watching. Love you guys. And with that being said, don't forget to check on your loved ones. Talk to you later.